Hey there, and welcome back to mission 4 of the Silent Hand series. This is the K493, the main character, if you will, of this little series. We have an incoming NATO counter-invasion of Alta. There are apparently amphibious landing ships coming in, approaching from the west. We have to take them out. We have a meager force, and we of course will have to do our utmost best to shut this invasion down. So what do we have? Well, here we have the 493, and she's already picked up a contact. I'm gonna wait for passive sonar to detect and identify that contact. As for the rest, we have a couple of patrol craft. These patrol craft are Grishes, Grisha 3. They are armed with a couple of self-defense missiles, the SAN-4 Gecko. Beyond that, they're anti-submarine platforms. The SKR is a Petya frigate, so its capabilities are even less. It doesn't even have any kind of defensive capabilities. Not a great platform. It does come equipped with a Set 40, which is a 4-mile, yes, 0-4, anti-submarine torpedo. That's it. Behind her, we do have some of the convoy escorts from previous mission. We have the Karlamov and the Krim. These two have done very well in the last mission. We now also have the Brits and the Zernetza. These two are capable of launching 6 sirens between the two of them. This is possibly because of the, I think, packed lethality mod that I have installed. Maybe they should be armed with different loadout, but with the packed lethality mod, I think it's going to be interesting because I'm also running NTU. We cannot let the invaders reach Alta, and to that end we also have a couple of fighter escorts here. These are MiG-23 floggers. These things would actually not flog each other as they did in the last mission. That would be wonderful. And we have a bomber flight. What are these bombers armed with? A couple of Fab 500s. You are not particularly well loaded down, because Fab 500s are dumb bombs that you just need to deliver right onto a target. Yes, that's going to be interesting to use. We apparently already have the Austin, a landing platform dock. That's going to be a primary target. There's a helicopter up there. Hold on, we're getting visual detections? By? Who is spotting this? The MiG? Wait a second. You're getting spotted by the MiG. And look, the passive from the 493 I respect, but the visuals from the MiGs? You can see that 190 miles out. I see nothing but cloud. But okay, if the game's going to allow it, we're gonna run with it. Right, so we at least know we have helicopters to contend with. And what else? This is the Austin, so that's the primary target, really. This could be another one of them. Could be a Charleston. Confidence is growing. We have a couple of large and some semi-large. What are you exactly? We only have you on sonar. This is a lot of targets to pursue. Especially given the limited armament on my submarine. I'm not so sure if I'm going to be able to take these things down with the 493. So that means we're going to have to take them out with part of the loadout from missile boats here. That's the sirens. We have range at 75 miles, so we only need to get slightly closer. Get you to move there. I want you to just stay here. Ahead 1/3. You can go ahead 1/3 as well. We're going to pretend to be fishermen. As for these... Yeah, right. I'm not sure what to do with them. Because these guys are, like, utterly unable to really do any kind of offensive action. Unless we're hunting a submarine. Speaking of, it's possible that they have one. Let's put them on unship loadout. I really think this is the pack lethality mod, which is changing some things for me. But okay. Yes, here's the plan. I want to close in with 493. What is the game doing? Get below the layer. And prepare to just do a torpedo attack on these targets. They're on a course of 096. And they're in a hurry. 096 doing 26 knots. So in an hour they're going to be here. And in 2 hours... they're going to be somewhere else. Fortunately, you cannot exactly zoom out as much as I'd like. So they're going to be another 26 miles, say right around there. Okay, so that's where they're going to be. I have range, and again I'm going to say 5 miles, because I like that margin of error. So if I just move slightly southwest, I should have no problem trying to close the distance and catch them. As for my helicopters, they're both prepared. We're going to launch one first, and then the other. I'm going to tell this patrol craft to just join the formation of the escorts. And you too. Formation. Edit. Like, just stay in front, I guess. Relative positions. Is the Krim really in front of you? No, it is not. The Krim is going to stay there. You're going to go there, and you're going to go here. I'm using them more so to soak up damage rather than anything else. If we're going to start, well, feeding harpoons into these ships, by virtue of the enemy, I want to have these things out in front so they're at least going to take some hits. Rather than this Urloi. It's too valuable. Alright, so you're ready to go. Let's start dropping a couple of sonobuoys. And, well, I got the kayaks with their very decent range, 70 miles. If you're playing this mission in vanilla, it's quite likely you won't see the same loadout, but whatever. How far away is that? Did I put them too close? 8 miles, that's way too close. Scratch that. Give me a spread here. There. Remove that waypoint. Let them go directly for the first buoy. And that should be then done. We got one more meager visual thingy. Can we chat that one up? We cannot communicate. Okay, fine. Can you communicate with them? Cannot. Alright. As for this fighter and bomber group, I am utterly unwilling to risk sending them in right now, because I'd just be sending them to their deaths. There's nothing that these guys can do at the moment. Maybe they can clean up some ships once we've actually inflicted some damage. Until such a time, absolutely not. Go to 5 knots. Alright, and now we're gonna lie in wait. As I'm waiting for the convoy to close into my submarine, I'm seeing some very interesting helicopters here. These are from another mod. This is the S-70. This is part of the Arleigh-Burke mod, or at least that's where I got it. And I'm surprised to see it over here. Surprised and a little bit concerned, because these boys are armed with 2 torpedoes, sonobuoys, and they have Hellfires. Yes, they got the AGM-114 with a range of 17 miles. So that is a pretty dangerous helicopter to play around with, and I'm really not sure who launched it, but it has to have been one of these surface contacts. And even then, I'm surprised the AI picked it, because they are not standard. Now, I'm considering trying to shoot it down, but until I know exactly what I'm facing here, and especially what their surface-to-air range is, I'm not that eager to send in my helicopters. And they're all about 30 miles out. Oh, speaking of. Hold on. Take a position here. A couple of F4s coming in. Which is going to be bad news for my helos if they manage to get the drop on them. But I'd say they're going directly for my aircraft. Course 707. Yeah, they're going for the bomber flight. Need you guys to go to 300 feet. And pretend you're not there. The F4s are so far changing nothing about their maneuver. We have them only on visual. In order to intercept those aircraft, I need them to get a lot closer. The Krim has some slightly better range at 18 miles, but we're not quite there yet, although we're not far off. We're 22 miles. I have 48 miles to the MiGs. Ideally, I want to keep my missiles attached to these aircraft and only use them against helicopters. Because these helos are deadly. Even if they're 15,000 feet. That's really high up. Oh well. Let's see if these F4s are willing to make a mistake. The Krim now has them in range. So I'm gonna activate at least one missile and see if I'm able to get a kill on it. Are these beam riders or no? Radio commands. So we're gonna have to activate your air search, which is immediately gonna tell people exactly what I'm up to. But okay. Lots of hostile helos. My surface ship doesn't mind, but my submarine is not particularly big fan of all these helicopters buzzing around. They're still just maintaining their own course. Okay, fine. We're armed with the Apex out to 18.9 mile range, so we're going to be in range any second now. We do have an SAN-1 out there, but I doubt it'll actually catch anything because it's going to be out of fuel by the time that it reaches the target. Okay, I want you to engage the bottom one. I want you to engage the top one, for lack of a better designation. 7029. Execute. Why are you racing ahead, dude? What the hell? Two missiles airborne. Rejoin formation. Not sure exactly what he's doing. There they are. They're not taking any evasive action. Lack of AI. There's one. The other one didn't get it. Acquire again. We're 40,000 feet up. Trying to target something 3,000 feet up. So we're going to be doing a fairly swift descent here. I hope that missile can change course fast enough. There's the other aircraft. There. That's a missile. That's an AIM-7. He's coming up fast. Go on. What's he doing? 15,000 feet now. 219 knots. AA-7 failed. 34,000 feet, missile away. Engage it, engage it, engage it, get it. Ooh boy. You did. Okay, well done, MiGs. Well done. Maybe now we can go after at least this helicopter here, because this guy has ventured very far from their surface group at 40 miles. Oh! Okay. This is not packing that new helicopter. Charleston? Charleston isn't either. Holston? Nope. So, who's transporting the S-70? The Seahawks. Curious. Curious. They're getting 32 miles. They're getting fairly close. We're going to have to intercept them right now. Because not only are they going to outrange my surface units, but I don't want to have to spend any surface-to-air missiles shooting down hellfires from this guy. I think that using my radar on the Krim is giving my position away a bit much. I can't really afford to move too much. Can I attack with missile boats? Almost. Charleston, Austin, and Tarawa not terribly great at defending themselves from enemy missiles. I mean, you only got a gun. Austin, however, is slightly... No, also just has a gun. Tarawa has the Rim 7s. But what is that? I think that's their lead escort. What's it bringing? Sonobuoys so far haven't found anything useful. It's possible that they have sent a submarine ahead, but if it did, it at least passed the 493 for now. So that's something I can discount. Let's have the enemy waste some missiles. We're going to send some kayaks after them. 2 different vectors, north and south. That should give them at least something interesting to worry about. And meanwhile, get the MiGs over here. We're going to have to go down to about 1,000 feet, let's say 3,000. Give it a bit of margin. And pursue that S-70. Prepare to hold. Oh, there's 2 escorts. Okay. Identity is still unknown. It's probably gonna just swap my missiles out of the sky with absolutely no problem. But at least then we have wasted a little bit of their anti-air capability. But the chance of actually hitting with 6 of my sirens is fairly low. Alright, MiGs, thank you for joining the fight. Get an AFIT ready to engage the S-70. They're all just making some noise with their engines. They're not exactly using any radars, because we're not getting an ESM detection. Unfortunately. Range, 13 miles and closing very quickly. I want you to also attack with an AA-8. Range. 22 miles. This thing is right at the edge of the range of those Hellfires at 17. It is running its own radar. Come on, kill it before it lays eggs. 7 miles. 6.5. You see it yet? There one. Clear off. There's flares. 1 missile took it. The other one didn't. You're done for. Night night. Okay, that's one of them gone. Let's go hunt down the rest. Plenty more. We are not picking up these units anymore? They're still doing 26 knots, but we're not picking them up. That's surprising. How long is it going to take them before we actually get the chance to shoot them? 26 knots. Give or say an hour. Okay, be patient. After having expended all my surface-to-air missiles, that helicopter is still out there. So this is the alternative solution. We're going to go in with a 23mm. We're going to go guns, 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 and try and shoot this helicopter down. And they can flare and chaff all they want, but I don't think that's really going to save him. Really not sure what this helicopter is doing 15,000 feet up. That's 5 clicks. But I guess he's trying to stand as a picket. There you go. He's down. Well done. Like the thing completely disintegrated. Yeah. Not sure if there's a model for that. But that thing's toast. Okay. At this point, I also have my helicopters in position to go on the offensive. So let's just send 2 kayaks against Tarawa there. And 2 more kayaks against Tarawa there. One away, 2 away. Well done. Now, you're gonna go and drop a couple more sonobuoys. And you're gonna drop a couple more sonobuoys. And that should give me plenty of sonobuoys to cover the whole area. These missiles, these AS-20s are very quick. 560. Ah, sorry, they're not as quick. They're just about as fast as a harpoon. And the defenses here are still more or less undetermined. I mean, they're still Is that a... It's not Ticonderoga. Spruance? It's hostile, I can tell you that much. And you? It's another one. Okay. They are running their radar. So they know that those missiles are coming in. It's just a question of when are they going to be able to shoot back at them. Because these are sea skimmers. A very small profile. Very difficult to hit unless they're about probably 5 to 10 miles out. I wonder what they're going to pick as their target. I'm thinking the biggest thing. But it could very well be the lead ship here. We're 10 miles out now. This is the point where I'm expecting to see response. There it is. There's the response. Who's doing all that missiling? That's a Perry. That's a Fig. Okay. Seen your invasion force there, dude. One got intercepted by a 5-inch. Okay. We're getting actually remarkably close. Okay, this one is gonna try and impact the lead ship, the biggest target. Before we get there, we're gonna have to pass through a lot of missile defenses, and this one's still going for the Tarawa. I highly, highly doubt they're gonna get there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we probed their defenses a little bit. And I think that they know that we mean business. So now to wait for the submarine attack. We're now a little later, and I'm starting to see the USS O'Brien over here start launching harpoons. Probably in response to the Krim. I'm trying to push some of these ships into this fjord over here. Try and keep them safe from harpoons, because I know harpoons are sea skimmers. And because they're sea skimmers, they're going to be a bit of, well, they're going to receive some hindrance from this island over here. That's the plan. Unfortunately, the Spruances are not particularly eager to wait for me to get into that little bit of cover. So, that means we're going to have to activate our surface search. Sorry, our air search. The Krim as well. These two, well, I guess I might as well, like, give the whole formations air search. Air search radar, there. This way, at least I'll be able to defend myself against those incoming harpoons. I'm not sure how many they are. We now know that we have 2 Spruances, an Alston, a Tarawa, and the Oliver Hazard Perry, and another landing ship. So it's a little busy. We have a total of 6 targets. You can see them all nicely lined up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 torpedoes aboard my submarine. The K493 has taken up position here, just pretending not to exist, as she's holding at a position at 594 depth, 0 speed. I'm just basically waiting for these guys to run me over, and then attack with my wake-homing torpedoes. That's the plan. And as these guys are all racing ahead, well, this one's slowing down, I think, sprinting, drifting. This one's doing 26 knots. They're definitely trying to catch submarines. But unless they get explicitly lucky, I don't think it's going to happen. What I'm planning on doing is torpedoing the lead escorts, so the Spruances, and then having a couple of missiles come in. Damn it. A couple of missiles come in from these missile boats. The Brits and the Zornetska. Sorry, the Zornetza. That's 6 missiles. Sorry, 12 missiles, in fact. With those 12, as well as the loss of some of these escorts, I expect that the rest of those ships are going to go down fairly quickly. Yeah, there's going to be lots of missiles in the air. There they are. There they are. I need you to slow down a smidge, just so that you can have a slightly better chance at defending the Krim. Krim is starting to respond. There we go. They have plenty of missiles. They got 37 Goas left. But that's a lot of harpoons coming our way. Once they get closer, the Admiral can help out with that nice VLS of her. And that should start to put an end to this missile storm. I wonder if they've launched everything they have. I don't think you can get a visual inspection and figure that out. The answer is presently, we don't know. We have, however, intercepted at least a few missiles, thanks to the Krasny Krim. Well done. We're gonna... Yep, we're gonna get another one. That one splashed. 2 more. Up. 3. 4. In my memory, these things aren't as good at defending against air, but... I'm not complaining about the goers over here. Maybe it's the make pact lethal again. No joy. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 and a helicopter. And here goes the rest of the escorts. That's the MPK 108. The SKR is still not really doing much beyond using guns because it can't. And we got the Kharlamov, the Admiral, going at it with its guns up until such a point when it can actually engage with missiles, which should be right around now. Yeah, we got another one intercepted. There's still 7 missiles inbound. No joy. Missed it. They're going for the lead escort here. The Admiral Kharlamov. And the Admiral is putting a missile launchers to work. Yet again. It's going to be a close call, this one. I do trust we can eliminate probably 3, 4 more missiles. But we're getting close. Ooh! Too close for comfort. This one got intercepted, and this one... Oh! Well done, gentlemen. Unfortunately, that was just the first wave. We got 4 more coming in. We're still not behind the cover here. So be it. How many more SSNs you got? 22. That should be sufficient. These guys are now 2 miles away from me. Oh, sorry, that's harpoons. They're 4 miles out. Do we know what's detecting me? Oh yeah, I imagine that would do it. Engage that helicopter. That's doing the spotting. Should have told this thing to go weapons free against helicopters and other flying nonsense, but okay. You're too far away. Fighter escort. The fighters have run dry on missiles a while ago, so they're now doing gun runs, and I only have 76 rounds left on one of the birds. The other one is down to 200. I think this one is an ace a few times over, having shot down a lot of different helicopters. Here we have the MPK 108 defending itself against the incoming harpoons. And this is where the harpoons are or are not going to clear that island. I'm hoping not. And that this island trick has actually worked, because they don't have terrain following. So, in my mind, they're going to slam directly into the ground. And there it is. This one, however, will clear the island, but doesn't have anything in the seeker cone. So I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to shoot at. I, by contrast, can shoot over the island and potentially hit that harpoon. Oh, the harpoon has changed course. Flying right through the trees, and we got it. Intercepted. Nice work. In the meanwhile, the fighter escort has nailed the S-70. Very good. Everything's going quite according to plan. As for my Alpha over here, I looked up how many torpedoes this sub is supposed to have. They're supposed to carry, I think, 20 torpedoes. And that's a mix between Set-65s and 53-65s. So the Wake Homers and the anti-submarine torps. This thing only carries 12. I think that needs to get changed, because at the moment it feels like they're a little light. I could send exactly 1 torpedo after each target, and that would be that. That would be it. Which I think is a little light. But okay, we'll have to use the sub as such. There we go. Now this thing's drifting, the O'Brien. And the Spruans here, the Charon is rushing ahead. It's nice to see the AI do this sort of hopscotch maneuver. Oh crap, there's more. There is more. Flank it. This way. Go. Go. Don't care about the formation, just go. Because so far we already had at least one missile crash into the island over there. And I think these things are not going to be affected. Yeah, there's more. They don't have a limitless supply of these things. Look, if Taro would actually start launching a couple of their AV-8As, this would become an entirely different fight. Because once they start throwing AGM-45 Shrikes at me and force me to turn off my radar, that's going to be a problem. They also have the AM-39 Exocet at 35 miles, so they could perfectly shoot me without me getting any kind of an opportunity to shoot back. That is not counting the missile boats over there. So, if the AI starts to learn how to use those, that would be great. And I'm hoping that the devs have that as their, let's say, their priority list for instructing the AI to get better. Not just at air operations, but also in line with the ability to use aircraft carriers better, rather than just launch tons of helicopters and hope for the best. Speaking of, I don't think they have many left. I think I've shot down most of them. Is it the Spruans that carries the... Yeah, it's the Spruans. They got the upgrade to the S70. Okay, so if you got the S70 mod running, that apparently gets a buff. A fairly dangerous buff at that. Oh, this one might crash into the island. Come on, Krim. You're under 9 missiles. The NATO forces cannot have that many missiles left. It has to be coming to an end. Intercepted. Is that the Perry that's shooting them one by one? The Perry also carries 8 missiles, much like the Spruances. And these things don't carry any missiles. Well, not the Harpoon variant anyway. This one's going probably for the Krim. Krim's going to be down to the last 5 missiles. 7 missiles by now. 6. 5. After that, it's going to be down to Luck and 76mm guns. Just a 3-inch. Just a 3-inch gun. Have we intercepted anything with a 3-incher so far? We have. We actually have intercepted one with a 76mm. Impressive. Very impressive. Okay, this one is going to slam itself into the ground. This one is not. Oh, it's looking for a target. Seemingly hasn't found it. SAN-4 coming up from the MPK-108. And I just slammed my missiles into the ground too, but that's alright, because this thing doesn't really need to get intercepted anyway. So that little ploy worked out quite well. Just using them from behind cover. Doesn't really do anything to the detriment of their offensive capabilities, because they don't have any. This is going to become a problem. Admiral Karlamov is engaging. Got 2 SAN-4Bs. Come on, get that last harpoon, please. Or it gets me. Thank you. Intercepted all of it. Okay, the Spruans. 3.5 miles out. Gentlemen, please close the distance. Because I'm eager for blood. All of a sudden, this formation is changing course. I'm not sure if they've detected the sub. I doubt it. It is possible that they detected the sub with a towed array, which is below the layer. That might have picked up the 493, but all of a sudden they're all heading northwest, sorry, northeast. And I'm not sure why. Is that active sonar? Yeah, that's active sonar. I don't really want to shoot bow on. Because these things are not exactly hittable bow on, if you will. Come on. Just speed up a little. Because at 26 you won't hear the launch of a torpedo. But at 6 knots you will. If these things wanted me dead, though, they would have already killed me. Because they can. They got the RUR-5, which is capable of launching torpedoes at the 6 miles. And I'm way within that. So I'm suspecting that they don't exactly know that I'm here. Which makes the question of why are they doing this even more important. You're getting overtaken by your protectee there, dude. This is one eager captain aboard the Ogden over there. 7, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15. Excellent. Okay, we're gonna give the Spruance a torp. The Tarawa's gonna take a torpedo. The Perry's gonna take a torpedo. And the other landing ship. Let's get to work. Oh, we're aligning. I guess we're too deep. Yeah, we have to go to 283 feet. No, 329. We're too deep at the moment. Oh, that's a problem. Well, we might be able to still make that work. Because by the time that we are now actually engaging them, they will have passed us. So that means that those wake homers have a better chance to lock on. You're running 26, you're running 26, you're in your sprint leg. Almost at launch depth. Torpedo 2's opening. Here we go. Time to play. 1. 2. 3. And 4. It's 4 torpedoes away against these 4 targets. I can try sending another one against the Spruance, another one against the Austin. But I want to double up against Tarawa, because I think that's a more important target. The Austin there is very easy to kill. Let's get the other one on the last Spruance. Okay, job done. Very deep. It's possible that these boys will go bananas and start throwing torpedoes overboard, the Mark 46. So I might need to just start heading away. But I'm gonna go deeper first. At least go below the layer. No more than 5 knots. I want to have all of these guys get engaged. And then we'll see how it goes. The range is very short, like 1 mile. Their ASW efforts have completely failed. Probably because the AI seems to still be relying on helicopters, which may or may not drop sonobuoys. I'm not sure. There, the Perry knows what's up. And the word over there has dropped a noisemaker. If they know, then the rest of them are probably going to be aware. Must be a scary prospect to suddenly see 6 torpedoes coming at you. Yep, there's another noisemaker. That was probably thrown overboard by the Tarawa. Remember, these things don't go directly for targets, they look for a wake. So they're first going to have to bypass the ship and then sort of trail in from behind. The good thing about them is that I find that they are not as easily decoyed by the noisemakers, if at all. Yeah, this thing has acquired. And that's going to be your propulsion out of action. Got him. That's one. This one has not yet acquired the wake. This one is still looking. That music, though. Torpedo searching. Tarawa listing over the port, desperately trying to evade. At this point, though, I have found your wake. Om nom nom nom. That's a nice wake you got there. Shame if something happened to your propulsion, huh? There's a hostile torpedo. They're definitely throwing torpedoes into the water now. This one is looking for the other Spruance. The first Spruance is badly hit, but it still has propulsion. That's a noisemaker, I think. Yes. 493 at this point doesn't really have anything that it can do beyond just slowly retreat. Tarawa has been hit, but has not erupted into flames yet. There's another hit. Beautiful. And another. That's the stuff I want to see. That's the stuff I want to see. Okay. So we've hit Tarawa here. We have hit the Karen. We have hit O'Brien. I'm not sure if we'll hit the Perry. Because this 53 is fairly far off course. I'm not sure if it can still acquire the wake. As for this one, I think it's trying to find something to shoot, or trying to find something to attack. And I'm honestly not too sure what it's going to go for. Tarawa looks a little bit lower in the water towards the stern. Yeah, we've got a couple Mark 46s coming in. Depth. 200 feet. 45 knots. I cannot outrun this. And below the layer. Now, let's start adding a bit more hurt to their lives. I want you guys to come around. Now we're going to start throwing more sirens into the fight. What's all that? Artifact. This torpedo here, 200 feet. It's above the layer. There I am. Be very quiet. Be very, very quiet. Good lord, that's a lot of noisemakers. Have we hit Austin? They're coming to a stop, I'm not sure. Look at all these badly wounded ships here. This thing's probably going down. This thing sure is. That's 2 Spruances down. And you're still hunting for your target, aren't you? Yeah, they are still hunting for either the Perry or the cargo ship behind it. I don't like you this close. Not one bit. The other Mark 46 has gone and decided to chase something else. I wonder if it's chasing a noisemaker used by the Perry. Oh, sorry, by the Spruans. I guess it's possible. Stay at your nice 200 feet, right? Just above the layer. Don't worry about me. We hit the DeWert. That's their Perry. Yep. Propulsion's out. Okay. Now, my missile boats are going to come round. They just don't know it yet, because they're still maneuvering. We're going to attack. Because now that these guys have all sorts of fires, there's one Spruan's dead. All sorts of fires, all sorts of damage to their systems, they're going to be sitting ducks. All I have to do now is either wait for these things to sink, such as this Spruans, or finish them off. Like, Tarawa, I think she'll survive. She'll live. But if the Spruans has been hit and killed off by these torpedoes, then I think this Perry... Yeah, the Perry's dead. That Perry is dead. So that's another escort dead. That just leaves their... Let's say their non-warships. Did we take another one out? Sure are a lot of active torpedoes coming after me. But they're again going towards the surface. This one is at 400 feet. 300 feet. This one's fairly dangerous. You're not a problem. You're not a problem. Very dead. Spruan's dead. Spruan's dead. They even got propulsion restored. Which is impressive considering that's where I hit them. Okay. Do we wait to sink... You're already gone. Do we wait to sink the Spruans and the Berry? There's not much left of the Berry to shoot at. I do have 2 more helicopters up here as well. Can we just discard all the noisemakers, please? Wait! Oh crap, the 493's been hit. The torpedo got her. Periscope depth. Propulsion. Damage control. Moderate hull damage, slight flooding. That's not good. CIC's been damaged. I hope that this sub isn't mission critical, because everything else has gone very well. Okay, we're gonna send 6 of these sirens. So just a full burst. And the other target. Hold on for a second. Zornitza. I hope we can get 2 to hit the Austin. And then another 2 to hit this one. I'm not sure about the state of that ship. This one. I think they're fine. We've lost propulsion. Oh, come on. Moderate flooding. Need to get rid of some depth so I can actually try and get up and pump some of the water back out. That's not helpful. Heavy flooding. I think she's going to survive. Or sorry, she's not going to survive. It's too much damage. And there's the 3rd. Yeah. Well, look. The K493 was sunk. Sure. But I'm going to just carve it up as a success anyway. For the simple reason that with those missile strikes, the rest of the ships would have been dead. Look at that. Those 3 were taken out by the torpedoes. The Nassau has been badly hurt. And with the missiles coming in, that would have definitely been a kill. I know that I'm officially not allowed to lose this sub, but I still want to continue on with the next scenario anyway. Hope you guys enjoyed the scenario. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. If you want to try it for yourself, link down below in the description. And I shall see you soon for the next part. Sent this thing there. That's the decoy torpedo. Now we're going to pop a noisemaker and we're going to floor it. Don't care about cavitation. Run. Run, 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 run. We got 3 torpedoes coming after us. These are Mark 48s. These are smart weapons. I really hope that this MG44 is going to make enough noise to present itself as a target. Unfortunately, this thing is following me down into the depths.